So you said you love doing circles
Mm-hmm.
and that there's a lot of community building that
Mm-hmm.
happens there. Give us like a quick play-by-play of how a circle works
So,
in your classroom.
right. Well, yeah. And I do them in other class. So in my new position as the school support specialist, one of the things I do is I go into classrooms and teach full lessons with the teacher in the room with the goal to model some of the strategies that I would use in my classroom. And one of the ones that I do is the circle because people I think are overwhelmed by that idea of in a classroom getting your kids in a circle. Just the logistics of that can be overwhelming. But so when I go into classrooms and I teach lessons and I model for teachers how to do certain things, and the circle was one of the main things I wanted them to see, that we can do those in any classroom and it can be done. But much like anything, the expectations need to be taught in advance. So I have rules. Like you can't talk unless you're holding whatever the object is. I bring in Bob is his name. He's a pink unicorn named Bob. And if you're holding him, you can talk, and if you're not holding him, you can't. We stand in a circle so we all can see each other. I don't usually advertise that I allow kids to pass. Will I let a kid pass? Of course, but we try not to pass. And I always start with just a really easy, non threatening question. So, like your favorite color or favorite candy or whatever. And so, when I taught math, when I first had done a training on circles, it was eighth grade. And I was like, oh, I don't know if eighth graders are going to do the circle thing. But I tried it. And I had a kid in there in a special program that never talked ever. And he passed on the first three questions. And then the last question was, what's your favorite candy? And I think he just really wanted to make sure I knew in case I wanted to give him some candy. But he answered it. And I was like, what? And it's such a not, again, it's a small thing, like what's your favorite candy, but it gets their voices heard. And it's just little nuggets that I get from kids about things I never would have known.
That's great. I love how it seems like I think you're right. I think some people think about, especially going into the beginning of the year, they feel like it has to be this showstopper thing that's going to be super memorable because of all the effort that you put into it
Mm-hmm.
and the lead up to it. But really, like it can be light on preparation and heavy on connection,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be much more effective
Mm-hmm.
than anything else, especially when you're just getting to know a group of kids. I
Right.
love that.
And the circle is great too because every kid is involved. I mean, we have students in our classes who will answer every question every time, right? But this gives every kid an opportunity in a very small way to say something in front of everyone and have everyone listening. And some kids don't get that otherwise. I think there's a lot of power in that too. Just for them to say, and for kids who are shy or like who aren't going to make themselves known, they're still part of our community and it gives them a chance to show that in a very small way.